My phone vibrated at 3:07 a.m., that cursed hour when only death or confession days to call. My son's voice was tiny, shaking. "Dad, stepdad's friends are here. They've got guns. I heard them say your name." Then another voice, muffled, harsh, and certain. "Ex-Marine. Easy hit. 2 in the head. Job's done." The line went dead. I sat there, frozen in the dark. Even the hum of the refrigerator sounded louder than my pulse. There's a moment when fear stops making you panic. It sharpens you. I felt a faint smile pull at my lips. "Go to your room, son," I told him before the call cut out. "Don't worry." He didn't realize how much I meant that. My ex-wife had remarried 2 years earlier. I tried to keep things civil for our boy. Her new husband, Sean, was the kind of man who smiled too wide when he lied. Once, during a handoff at school, he called me weak, said real fathers earn their title. I stayed quiet. He mistook that silence for surrender. But that night, he crossed a line. Rumors had reached me, gambling debts, a bar fight that left someone hospitalized. Then his messages changed, short, cold, suspicious. He started prying about my deployments, my pension, the lawsuit I'd won, the money. It always comes back to that. But when my son said they were loading guns, I knew this wasn't jealousy. It was cleanup, elimination. And I had a feeling my ex-wife wasn't just watching from the sidelines. I didn't call the police. They'd be too slow, too visible. Instead, I dialed a number I hadn't touched in years, my old unit's private line. A voice answered, gravelly, familiar. "You back? Temporarily," I said. "Domestic situation. Need perimeter check. Quiet." They didn't ask questions. Marines never do. While I waited, I checked the security feeds. The motion sensor at my front gate blinked once, twice. I poured coffee, loaded my sidearm, not out of panic, but habit. Every breath, every creak in the house sounded sharper. The ticking clock, the slow exhale through my nose, the soft groan of the floorboard near the back door, the one I'd never fixed. I thought of my boy's whisper, his shaky breath, and the voice behind him, planning my death. You never forget that sound. At 3:41 a.m., headlights swept across the window. Not my team's signal. Too early, too eager. A shadow crossed the porch, steady, disciplined. Not amateurs, not Sean's buddies, contractors. That meant someone had paid them. Not him, he couldn't afford it. But she could. My ex-wife, the woman who once kissed my bruised hands before deployment, who cried when I came home half alive. It all clicked. The life insurance policy she'd forgotten to cancel. The sudden check-ins. Just making sure you're okay. Reckon, not consign. When my team arrived, 3 black SUVs, silent as ghosts, they didn't rush in. They positioned. Shadows among shadows. The hitmen came through the back, 3 of them. Suppressors, gloves, surgical precision. They didn't find fear waiting. They found me at the kitchen table, coffee steaming, hands folded. The first man's eyes widened when the red laser crossed his chest. He never got a word out. By sunrise, the police were there. Official report, attempted burglary. No one asked why the burglars never fired a single shot. I made one call. She answered, voice shaky, pretending she'd just woken up. "Sleep well?" I asked. "What happened?" she whispered. I let the silence breathe. "Tell your husband," I said, to stop hiring ghosts. Her breath hitched. Then came the panic, the dawning truth. "You knew from the start," I said. "I just wanted to see how far you'd go." She cried. Apologies, confusion, the usual act. I hung up halfway through. My team handled the cleanup quietly. Those contractors had records, dirty ones. Their employer's name would now sit nicely in a federal file. A breadcrumb trail she couldn't erase. By noon, her husband's business was raided. By evening, her accounts were frozen. I didn't have to lift a finger. Funny thing, vengeance doesn't burn. It freezes. Cold, deliberate, final. My son's safe now, living with me. He doesn't know the details, just that Dad fixed it. Sometimes he asks if I'm angry at his mom. I tell him no. Anger means you still care. Now there's only silence and clarity. I still wake at 3 a.m. sometimes, half expecting that phone to ring. When it doesn't, I close my eyes and smile. They came for me once. They won't again. And if they ever do, I'll be ready.